Hi, this is Camille from My Junk Journal Heaven. I have a project here that I want to do. It was inspired by Kathy at Kathy's Garden, and I'm not doing exactly the same thing she did. She had some really cute little small envelopes, and I don't have any that are that small. And I kind of have a different idea. I bought these envelopes and cards at Dollar Tree, and I was kind of thinking she put hers together like this, and then she had, I think, 3 or 4 of them that unfolded. But I'm thinking I can do something and put the card at the end of it, or I don't know. There's something I can do with this card at the somewhere in it. So what I think I'll do first is ink this a little bit on the fold so you can see what I'm doing. And these are going to need to be covered, of course, in something on the outside at least. They're very thin paper envelopes. The cards are actually cardstock, but the envelopes are just really thin. And what she did was she glued them like this to each other. And so I'm going to do that. And you don't want to glue it right on that fold because otherwise it won't fold. Now these might because they're such thin paper, but by the time you get some tags and different things in there, it may not fold. So we're just going to do it like that. And I'm going to take my art glitter glue and I'm going to go around the envelope. You might be able to lick this and have it stick, but I don't trust it, so I'm just using my art glitter glue that I know will stick and work just lovely. And then I'm going to put this down on top of it. Whoops, my watch is coming off. I don't think I need it on necessarily, so we'll just take it off for now. Okay, let me run my thing over that. Okay, now I have to decide what I want to do with this card. I was thinking of just putting it in here, or attaching it here somehow and having it be a fold in and a fold in, and this be the cover. Or just leave it out totally. I kind of like the idea of using it though. It came with the, actually, you know, I could do it like this. And then it could be a pocket on this side. Well, that's an idea. And if I do that, I'm going to need to cut it off a little bit for that side. And then this side will open up. I think that'll work. So let me get my paper cutter out here. And these are 4 1/4, about 4. No, this is, the card is 5 1/2 by 4, a little over 4 1/4, about 4 1/4, and the envelopes are 4 1/2 by just about 5 3/4. So I'm going to cut off some of this. So that I have a tuck spot, I think. I'm trying to decide how much. I think that'll be all right. Let's just do it. Don't quibble with myself over it. It may be too small to be what I wanted it to be, but that's all right. It will work in the long run. Okay, so that's going to go over there and be glued around and this will be this way. So I need to cover this first and then decide if I want to cover these, which I may or may not do. And then I will be covering the back of it. So I have some papers here that I've used for other things, and you probably saw them in my last video of the tags. And let's see, what do I want to put on here? I think I put this one on here. I think that's pretty. And I have to think how I want to do this. Kind of going by the seat of my pants here, because this is different than what Kathy did. Definitely different. All right, if that's going around the other side, then when this folds over, it needs to be covered on both sides with something. Well, let's cover it on one side, and then we'll go to the other side. Decide what I want to do there. And I think I will use the glue stick for this one, at least part of it. Okay. Maybe I'll turn it over this way and do it. I guess it wouldn't hurt if it was over the fold a little bit. Oh, and I got it on crooked. And believe it or not, when this glue sticks, it sticks. But it doesn't always stick. How is everybody? Hope you're all good. Getting ready for holiday time. If you don't celebrate anything but New Year's, at least you can get ready for that. I think we all celebrate the new year coming, whether we want to see another year or not. Maybe I'll put it on this way this time. Sometimes it's hard to see another year coming when it doesn't seem like the last one lasted very long. That's kind of the way I'm looking at it. What happened to 2024? It went by so fast. Okay, that works. Where did it go? It always seemed like it took so long between holidays when you were a little kid. And now as an adult and getting to be an older adult, the years are just flying by. I don't get half of what I wanted to do, my goals achieved, stuff like that. It's pretty disgusting. Now, do I want to color both sides in this paper? I think I might. In which case, well, I need to mash down my corners. In which case, I am going to trim along here. Oops. I should have inked that so I could see where it was. The cream with the white just blends too well. You know what would work better than that is this. Move my envelopes out of the way so I don't chop them. And that didn't cut it all that even. I got a little bit away from it there. Well, it looked like a good idea when I was thinking about it. Okay. And now I'm going to put glue on here again and fold it over. I think I'll put it all the way up to the top of that. I might decide I wanted a different piece of paper there, but who knows? It can always be something else glued on it later. Just want to make sure I get enough glue on the edges and the middle that it sticks. Now I'm going to carefully fold it over. And burnish it down. And then once again, I'm going to trim along the edges here. I could have folded that one over. Too late now. That would have made a nice edge there if I'd have done that. Okay. Now I'm going to fold that over because the inside of it isn't glued with anything. And it looks like I need to get my paper cutter out here and even this up a little bit. Get rid of my scraps there. They aren't any good for anything. They're too little. I'm not real good at trimming with scissors, as is obvious by how crooked this is, but it's not going to matter because it's smaller than the envelope anyway. So it doesn't matter if I trim a little bit off to even it up. Okay, that part's done. Now, this is going to fold. Let's see, it's going to fold like No, like this. And, oh, yeah, because it folds out. That's right, it's going to fold out. And I'm going to put, I think I'm going to put a little pocket down here. And I have this piece left that I can do it with. And then there'll be a pocket here and here. And on the other side, there'll be a pocket. Okay, now I need to cover this. And I want a different piece of paper than that one. These are pretty papers. I don't know that I want all green, but I'm going to be doing a spring journal sometime in the not too distant future. And so these would look nice in it. I don't like doing this much area with glue, but I don't see any way out of it. It has to be done. And I'll probably end up doing the edges after I'm done with the art glitter glue to hold them down, because unfortunately this frequently does not work. For some reason the edges don't like to get glued well. Okay. Now, how do I want this? I think I want it to go up the middle like that. So I'm actually going to try and match it up down here at the bottom and then just smooth it up. Then I kind of have this design going up the middle. I'm going to use this to mash it down. I can see a little place down there at the bottom where I got it crooked, but that's okay. I can ink that. I have a spot there that needs to be glued a little better. I got all kinds of stuff coming out the sides here. What did I do with my pin? There it is. I put a magnet on there to hold the pin and I forget to put it on it. Ooh, that one got really wrinkled. Oh, let's see if I can smooth that out a little bit. Yeah, it's smoothed out. Thank goodness. Okay. Sorry I have to watch this again. I'm going to be trimming around this. You could do this with junk mail envelopes too, by the way. It could be any size or shape of envelope that you wanted to put on it. You could even make your own and do it. All right. Now I'm going to cover the inside of here and the inside of here, and I may cover the outside. I'm not sure yet if I'm going to cover the outside or not. Probably will, because I don't really like the way it looks. And I don't know which paper I want to use. Well, that would be pretty, wouldn't it? Let's take that one. Let's see what else there is that I might want to use. I don't want the blue. And that one's too... Oh, this one might work too. Actually, this one might work better because it's more collaged. Well, I could use one for the outside and one for the insides of them. Okay, that works. I need to measure the inside, or measure how big they are, so I can see how I want to cut this. Do I have a pencil out already? No, I don't. Okay. I think my camera got bumped. It's a little bit crooked. Let's see if I can straighten it up. Sorry about that. Okay, and I'm going to mark this right here because I'd like to get this up here on that. We'll have to see how it works. And for this one, I need my other cutter, my other paper cut trimmer that will cut 12-inch paper. Okay. Let me see here. Where's my mark? There it is. And let's see. I'm going to need to cut some off the bottom if I want that rose to go up there. I'm going to guesstimate. Lots of scraps. Knocked my water over, but it doesn't spill, so that's nice. Okay, let's see if this works. If it goes in. Oh, come on. Okay, I'm going to round the corners. Excuse me for a minute while I take this over my trash. But I think if I round the corners at the bottom, it'll fit down in there better. And it doesn't have to go all the way down in. I just want it to cover up the part of it that's come on. You can do it. I know you can. Like I said, it doesn't have to go all the way in, but I do want the rose to be up there on the... Okay, that's good right there. Now, a trick that a lot of people use, and I've seen them using it, and I use it also, is instead of putting the glue on the paper before you put it in, you put the glue on the paper after it's in. I stick it down in there as far as I can get it and unload some glue. It won't matter because it won't mess up things going in and out. It's just there to cover the backing and make it look good. And then I'm going to put glue all over this also, and then I'll have to trim that off, but that'll be okay. We can do that. And I think this is going to turn out to be quite pretty. Now there are some parts that aren't going to get covered. This is a little bit crooked, but too late. It's art glitter glue. It's not going to go anywhere. All right. Now, And trim this one out. This is also giving these little cheap envelopes some substance, so they're not quite so cheap and thin. And this paper was just copyweight paper. It wasn't scrapbook paper. Some of the papers that you get in 12 by 12 are heavier, and this one's not. It's a lightweight. I really like it. I'm sorry the tab that I'm getting down to the bottom of it, but oh well. Okay, I have that there, and I think I would like this one down here to kind of be the same type of thing, only it's not going to come up as far. It's only going to come, well, I don't think it really even matters. It's not going to come much at all. So maybe we'll just use that top part. Let's see. And I don't need it that deep, so it can be cut off right about there. And for this one, I can use my little one, I think. If I can find my mark, that must be it right there. If it's not, it'll work. All right. Now I am going to round the corners on the bottom of this one also, because it does help it to go down in. This is thin paper. That one didn't want to cut. Well, that one didn't want it to very much either, but it did. Okay, let's see here. Yes, that's going right down in there like it needs to. Well, maybe. Needs to be trimmed just a touch off the top. Just a little touch off the top. Could do it off the bottom, but I've already got that rounded. I'm not going to bother. I can take some of this off. All right. Let's push this down in here. Getting it to where I want it. Hopefully sometime this week. Oh, goodness. There. Now I want it to come up right up to that. Okay. Make sure it's right there where it should be. Yep. And we're going to do the old glue trick again. Push the glue down in there. Get it to come out. Which sometimes is a trick with this glue. I love the glue, but it's a pain in the neck when it gets stuck and doesn't want to come out of the bottle. Okay, let's get that burnished down. Now, only need to cover a couple of more places and we can start putting this together. Uh-oh. That one wants to cause me trouble, I can tell. Well, maybe not too bad. All right. Okay. Onward and upward. Now I have this other piece here. But then do I want to put green so it contrasts? Okay, this one's going to be coming over this way, so we're going to have green there. Do I want green on the other ones? Maybe I'll put green on one of them. What do you think? Or do I want to put this on both of them? But then I don't have anything to go with the green that's coming on the other one. I actually like this a lot better. So let's see here again. Now this is how Kathy did this, and I thought it was brilliant because I've done it making a template and then cutting it. It doesn't work because the template wasn't the right size. Whatever. And it gets very disgusting when you get it cut and it doesn't fit. So I'm using the way that Kathy did this from Kathy's Garden. She's always very precise and usually has her things planned out ahead of time and all her ephemera out. And I never do that, but I'm going to measure the way she did on this. And what she did was she cut it and then put it inside, and it's too wide. Ah, phooey. I thought I was getting it just right, and I got it a little bit too wide, even so. Okay. That should do it. Might make it too small, but it doesn't matter. We can have the edge of the envelope show. That won't hurt anything. Now I'm going to push it all the way down in, and I can't round the corners on this one because there, I can see it almost to the bottom. Almost, almost, almost. Okay. Now, I'm going to take the pencil and just draw around the edge here. And these envelopes, oops, yeah, these envelopes are so cheap that the paper's so thin they just move out of the way of the pencil. So I've got to make sure I get it done right. I'm going to trim it and hope for the best. I am going to trim it just slightly inside of my pencil line so I don't have to erase them. And like I said, I don't mind if a little bit of the envelope shows around the edge. It won't be the end of the world. Now, let's see if this works out okay. Needs a little more trimming on this side. I thought it might, but I'm going to ink this. I haven't inked anything on this project, but I am going to ink this. I like the way it looks, and I will ink around the other parts eventually, but probably off camera, because I know watching somebody ink is like watching paint dry. And I'm using scorched timber. Now, do I want to use art glitter glue, or do I want to try and use the glue stick? I think I'm going to stick with my art glitter glue. And I think I also need to ink around the envelope opening a little bit here, because I can see a couple of places where I cut it too short. And it's going to show. There's my glue paper. I could stick it under there and keep from inking my lining paper. There. Worked fairly well. I did get a little bit of it, but not a lot. Okay, art glitter glue. Let's use the magnet. Those lined up at the top the best I can. All right. Okay, let's do the bottom one now. And cut the bottom of this off. That can go in the scrap bin. Someday, real soon, I'm going to have to start doing a master board with all my scraps, because things getting so full that it's going to start tipping over pretty soon, or everything coming out of it. I hope I'm on camera with this and the camera view, but I will move it up in a minute. I need to be able to see what I'm doing, especially on this corner that was coming apart. Oops. Oops, oops, oops. This is not straight down here. Okay, quick fix. I want to get a little bit of, yeah, a little bit of the edge showing over here so it looks the same or close to the same. Don't know how that got so crooked, but probably human error, mine, in putting it down. Okay, I like that. I think that looks good. While I'm thinking about it, I might as well do this part. And it looks like I've got a little piece here that could be trimmed off. Put the pin back in my glue. Whoops. That wasn't in the glue, that was going toward my hand. Bet nobody's ever done that before, stick their hand with the pin, huh? Okay, now we're going to have this one here closing like that, and it's going to have the little pocket on it, so I might as well cover that pocket with this paper. That'll tie it in. I guess it doesn't matter which way I glue it on, it'll be okay. And I'll need to trim it because it's too long, but that's all right. How's everybody's weather? I know there's people that are real cold, and then there's people that are semi-warm. I don't think our weather here can make up its mind what it wants to do. It's just doing what it wants. Some days it's nice, and some days it's freezing cold. And at night it gets cold. You don't know whether to take a jacket with you if you go out at night, or whether you're going to need it, or whether you're going to look kind of silly carrying around a jacket when everybody else is just in their shirt sleeves. Okay, I got that part done. I am going to glue this. Oh, I don't like the way that looks on there. Too much, too matchy-matchy, I think. You know, this idea could also be used for a birthday card or something, Happy Mail, how are you card, get well card, something. You could put little sentiments in all the pockets and the different things. All right, so I have a pocket there, and a pocket there, and there, and there. Here I have nothing, but I'm going to put something pretty there, and I'm going to embellish this. Let me see what I have here. I have all kinds of pretty things that I can embellish it with. Okay, I found the things that I wanted. Probably more than I wanted. And some of them definitely aren't going to work for this. But I do have some things that will. We'll see which ones are the right colors. We'll see about that. Those might work. This one is too big. Those are a little too red, I think. Yeah, I think they're all red if I remember right. Okay, there's something there that might work. And the rest of this I can put back. Let's see what we have here. Oh, cute rabbits. Now those are cute. That would be cute on this page. One of these, wouldn't it? This all came from Temu. And I think I like this one because it's kind of, well, let's see if there's one with a little bit more orangey flowers in it. I don't think there is. Oh, that's perfect. That one is perfect, and it looks like there's one right here that's ready to pop out. Oops, two of them popped out. I don't want both of them. Only one. Thank you. Oh, and look, it's already inked. I don't even have to ink it. It's already inked. I think that's perfect. Absolutely perfect. And I think I'm going to use the glue stick on it. I hope it'll work. And hold it down. I get all these fancy things from Temu and then I don't use them. I hoard, which is terrible. I pay for them. I need to use them. I've cut myself off from Temu for at least a couple of months. I don't need anything more. That's what I tell myself. Okay. I think I'll just mash it down with that. Oh, I think that's perfect on there. That is so perfect. I couldn't have found anything better. Now, we can get some things to go in the pockets. These pockets, and oh, I didn't put anything along the bottom of that pocket. I think I better glue that, huh? I thought I had. Well, obviously I didn't. Because there it is. I also plan on making kind of a farm journal or a country journal. I have some things that I think would look really cute in one. I'm going to have a lot of fun coming toward the summertime. Let's see what this one looks like. Like I said, I order these and I don't always look at them. Oh, these are pretty too, aren't they? And they go nice. Does it fit? It does. That fits nicely down in there. Oh, these are beautiful. Now, I don't know whether I want to put the same type of things in every one or not. Let's see about this one in here. And I'll see what these ladies look like. There's retro style. Oh, that's nice. Well, that'll have to be trimmed down a little bit, but I think it would work. Do I want that one, or I think I want this one because the color's just about perfect. Yep, trim her down just a touch and we'll be good to go. With this part. Now that's on heavier paper too. That'll be better to journal on, but these are all pretty. They'll work for journaling cards. Okay, and I need something for here. Maybe one of these. That one's definitely a possibility. Oh, I could go with the greens and blues. That would be pretty on there too, since it's already green and blue. Let's do that. This one's going to need to be lined with something because it's really thin. Either that or fold it over. No, I think I'll just line it with something. And I happen to have this cardstock sitting here, so I think I'll do that. Okay. Journaling card that fits. Oh yes. Oh yes, and that looks so pretty on there. Okay, now to embellish it a little further. I don't know if I want to embellish this part or not, but I'm definitely going to do some... Oh, I didn't count on that. Being on top of that. I didn't think that one through, did I? Well, I could put it like that and have this be the outside. No, this has to be the outside. So I have to do something. Let me see here. I have lace. I can put this lace down like this and up there, and that'll kind of disguise this a little bit. I'm not happy with that at all. Well, it's going to have to be because I can't think of any other way to do it. I could always do this. Nope, that's too tight. That's the card, so that's not going to work. Yep, it's just going to have to be done that way.